Aki Mayegun today. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. And thank you very much for joining me once again. Kindly read the caption of the broadcast. As usual, read the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. So again, I want to remind us that we are just improvising, trying to make sure that there's not much left, vacuum in the absence of Mayegun in Glasgow. So that's why we are using this. So if the video is not as superb as it used to be, great. Just understand why, okay? If the audio is not as great as well, which I believe they are anyway, but just for the sake of those who might be like, how come it is like this? So this is Mayegun live from Houston, Texas. So tonight, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, you will read the description of the broadcast, liked it, and shared it. Thank you to you. And to those who are just joining us, please do the same. And let's have a wonderful evening, right? Because it's afternoon here, though. How many of you have seen the video of El-Rufai, the Kaduna Little Finger, on Arise News or Arise TV yesterday? How many of you? Great. Don't worry. I have brought to you, the piece by piece of what mattered from what he said. However, tonight, it is more or less like officially, El-Rufai is the Werewike of APC. Egbekegbe is backing, is biting, and indeed, Tinubu's presidency, they have responded. And their own advice to El-Rufai is, he should stop crying, like, he should stop whinging like a crybaby. That Tinubu didn't make him his minister, is at Tinubu's prerogative. So, which means he decides who he wants and who he doesn't want. Meanwhile, El-Rufai is claiming that he is not leaving APC. No, he hasn't left APC, but APC has left him. He's talking about this progressive ideology of APC, all those fancy words, right? Where, progressive ideology of APC. So in the last 2 years, under Tinubu and Gandola, they have not held their usual party meetings and all that. And then look at the economy. APC is now far off from the progressive, projects that the promise, blah, 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 blah. He also said that this imaginary fight that we are witnessing now, said the person behind it is Ribadump. Now, just a quick sort of caveat. Kaduna Little Finger is one tricky, crooked, extremist that will use all the tricks in the book to sway you, but he is as evil as you must have heard, no doubt. So right now, Kaduna Little Finger is known to be a very, okay, I've used the word corny, a very corny, divisive, a lying tongue kind of a person. It was Kaduna Little Finger who told the world that he came across, or he came in contact with a list of Nigerians that Goodluck Egbere Jonathan was going to kill. It was Kaduna Littlefinger. He said there's a hit list that Goodluck Egbere Jonathan had names of Nigerians. They said his name was in number 20. He pushed that enough that a lot of people believed it. Do you understand? So it can be very, very like deceitful, which is good. You know, in this temple, right, I projected that if people are going to break free, right, from the stranglehold of this APC, Egbekegbe, it is not going to be by, what do you call it, protest or what have you, even though people want revolution, and which is likely not going to happen because of the divided Nigeria that you have, and all of that stuff. So what will happen is that these guys they will feel so powerful, untouchable, above everyone, that they will begin to actually destroy themselves from within. You see, that internal crack that will eventually burst and destroy them must come from them. It is not just going to come from the conquered, defeated citizens. It's almost impossible now. People are hungry, people are dying, people are angry, people are confused. And every day is like a struggle to survive for another day. So right now, they can't be so coordinated in facing their destructive ruiners. But when they begin to destroy themselves from within, that is why you see a platform like this. That is why we are so important, to make sure that suddenly you people don't just activate your Stockholm syndrome by beginning to, when they are about to tear themselves apart, tear themselves and destroy themselves, right? You let them do it. You don't begin to eulogize criminals who seems to be, fighting your enemy, which in this case, probably Tinubu and APC. So if you see anybody within them that comes on and say, yes, I'm on your side now, you have to be very wary of them. You have to be very careful of them. So that is why platform like this is always very vital. It's to remind you, it's to keep record of happenings and the people behind what happened or what is happening, so that when the table turns and it suddenly started pretending to be on your side, you will be wary of them. And that is who El-Rufai, Littlefinger is, or should be. Unfortunately, right, we must not pretend that the problem of Stockholm syndrome is permanent. It's like genetically permanent with Nigerians, right? Where people are always like making new enemies. You know what I mean? Like making new enemies every time. And then you say, oh, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of a thing. Being unable to keep grudges. You get what I mean? Like keep grudges. When people are supposed to be excommunicated, you excommunicate them, no matter how much they try to speak your language or pretend to be on your side. But never forget the time they were holding the whip as well, and they were whipping everyone that disagreed with them. So no amount of change or table turn, what have you, should sway you of that, should somehow suddenly make you feel like they are your friend. El-Rufai will never be anybody's friend. The most extremist, crooked jihadists to work the surface of that contraption. That is El-Rufai. And he doesn't hide it. He was the one who brought the idea of Muslim ticket in the first place. Don't ever forget that. So to him, religion is supreme. But he can hide all of that behind fancy words, good English language and all of that stuff. But if you have experienced El-Rufai, the Kaduna Littlefinger, and his reign, you will never be swayed by the sudden change of what have you. So yeah, it is between them now. between El-Rufai and the Tinubu is like the glove. I mean, so the gloves are off, the masks are off, everybody is no longer hiding it. So El-Rufai with Charles on Arise News yesterday was talking about everything, including his plan to join others in starting starting a new party together. Like they're going to have a new political party that will now challenge Tinubu. So there was some truth in his, in that interview, which I'm going to share with us now. All right. But the part that I find quite hilarious, right, as much as insulting, is the part where he said the Yoruba Omoluabis, they are different from area boys, referring to Tinubu as the area boy Agbero, right? He said the Yoruba Omoluabis, they always have character, they have, competence, they have blah, 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 than the area boys that is picking up his own friends, not even Yorubas, like his own friends who are not from so representing the Yoruba states in Nigeria. So Tinubu is picking his own old friend, old crooks. That's what he said. So Yorubas should not be punished for what Tinubu is doing. So I think we should start from that. All right. K-Door. Yes, I am fine. Oh, thank you very much. Let's go on and check on the El-Rufai's diatribe, El-Rufai's verbal diarrhea, and it should not be heading for this euro whatsoever. So let's start with this one.
Pointed out, you were one of the founding members of the APC. I mean, recently you said the APC was originally established to combat corruption, rebuild the Nigerian economy, and enhance security. But you were quite clear that along the way, those goals have been abandoned. The APC, as I mentioned, is of course your party, so one presumes that you have the inside track on what's gone wrong and how it has come to this.
I don't know what has gone wrong. All I know is that a political party functions through internal democracy. When the organs of the party meet, okay, they give feedback to the government as to how it is doing, how it is aligning its output and efforts with the manifesto of the party. That's the purpose of having National Executive Committee meeting, which the APC Constitution requires must take place at least once a quarter. That's the purpose of having national caucus, so that other non-members of NEC, but experienced, former governors, former this and that, will come and give their views, what they are hearing on the street about the effectiveness of government policies vis-a-vis the promises the party made. In 2 years, the party has not met. So no one, to the best of my knowledge, no one has any inside track on what has gone wrong. In the last few months, I've been visiting the former national chairman of APC. I went to see Baba Akonde. I asked him the same question. I saw Adams Oshomole. I visited Chief John Oyegun. Yesterday, I went to Kefi to meet with Abdullahi Adamu. I am asking the same question. What is happening to our party? What has gone wrong? And nobody can say anything because the party has not met for 2 years. There has been no conversation about the alignment of government policies with the progressive values of the party. No conversation at all. I'm happy to learn through the grapevine that the party is finally going to have a national caucus meeting and NEC meeting. And I hope that will be discussed. The question you are asking should be asked in those two fora. And let's find out why has the party forgotten its founding values?
But of course, you, in spite of all that, I mean, clearly you sound deeply frustrated. Anybody who's watching you now can see that. You have said that you have no intention of leaving the APC, but you wanted it to change. I mean, And
No,
you're not seeing any signs of that change.
Yeah, well, first of all, I didn't say I have no intention of leaving the APC. I said that APC is my party. I founded it.
Well,
I
you
look at
did
it.
say that you didn't intend to leave. You said when
Yeah,
you
at
leave,
that time,
you will retire.
yeah,
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't join any of them.
At that time, yes. But now, I'm not leaving the APC, Charles. The APC has left me. We founded that party based on certain values. The party has left. Okay? I am stranded. I'm standing. The APC is there. I'm here. So, to be very accurate, I'm not leaving the APC. The APC has already left me.
Right. Having left you,
yes.
what happens next?
Well, I'm not ready to retire from politics.
Right. So you're shopping around.
So sooner or later, you know, I may have to find another platform to pursue those progressive values that I believe in. If I can't find them in the APC, I hope that the APC will meet and correct its journey, and then maybe some of us can look at it again. But for now, there are many of us that cannot recognize the party. It is not what we worked hard to create.
And all this has nothing to do with your own personal ambition, political ambition. Because, I mean, to be a politician, you've got to point it out, you were one of the founding.
So El-Rufai said APC has left him. And he didn't say he won't leave APC because he would, if we asked to, because he wants to remain in politics for life, he will remain a politician for life. And he might need to join others on another platform to achieve his own political objective. Okay. That's the first part. All right. Somebody asked, that's Jerry. Jerry asked if there is a way you can get to see me in Houston. Okay, Jerry, we were thinking of organizing a meet and greet. Fortunately, time seems not to be on our side doing that, as we are already rounding up our stay. Yeah. So, and I get it, right? So if you have a chance of, if you are living in Houston, for example, if it's not going to be a burden, yeah, I can drop a line just before the end of this broadcast, okay, Jerry, and everyone else who might. And if you can have a means of reaching out to the African Wahala, by the way, especially on YouTube, if you can reach African Wahala, it would give you, you know, the direct contact on how we can, you know, just say hello. All right, Jerry. So thank you very much. So El-Rufai is not happy that his own party has not met in the last 2 years, which means that he is yet to understand. This is my own view now, or maybe he actually does understand, and that is why he's throwing everything into it right now. Okay, so maybe he's yet to understand that their APC Egbekegbe is the arrangement or coming together of estranged bedfellows, people who are sworn enemies on their part, but for their own common selfish interest, they decided to come together. All right, that's what gave birth to APC. Egbekegbe, remember, CPC of the Bokwari, new PDP of Atifku and Saraki, ACN of this Tifnumbu. What is that Okorocha's party again, by the way? Okorocha has one party back then. I can't remember the name. Anyway, Okorocha also joined them. They had about 6 political parties or 5 political parties. They call them legacy parties. They have formed APC. Egbekegbe. And when it was the turn of the CPC, which was the Bokwari side, after they have both joined hands to chase out and pursue everything that has to do with Atikus and Sarakis in their new APC. So they chased them away back to their PDP. So it is now And when it was the turn of the CPC, those who are the Lagos Abobaku, so those Oshogbo Alimajiris, right? They were in probably like they were like fasting, you know, because it was the CPC guys that were running things. So now it is the ACN turn, and they told all of una at the time that this APCO is now Tinubu's APC. They are now in charge, and they will do anything and everything as precedented by Bokuwari, because whatever these guys are doing right now, this impunity, this what do you